Wow. And I did not want to be in the mud.
Well, there's always going to be a little bit of mud. This was our first time and first set of trails at Pruitt Mountain Adventures, and we pretty much just kind of started meandering throughout the park on some trails without too much purpose. So in this video you get 3 trails for the price of 1. We started on part of Southern Cross, which is an easy trail. Then we went on Bouncin Buggy, which is, at this park at least, called a rugged trail, which at other parks you'd probably either call moderate or intermediate. And then we finished up on Twisted Axle, which I believe starts as a rugged trail and then shifts into an easy trail. And at the end of the video I'll show our route, so if you want to go on these trails you can kind of get a sense of where to find them. Don't know. We had been following a group of vehicles for just a really short period of time, and they were kind of going faster than we were, but we saw them take a left off the Southern Cross Trail, so we decided to follow them, which I believe ends up being part of Bouncin Buggy. It's kind of a neat trail. It has some rocks along it, and most of the rocks are the larger rocks. You can go around if you want, or you can go over them, so it's kind of a choose your own adventure type of trail. But eventually you'll come up to one of the main obstacles, which I don't believe there's a way around other than going over it, of course.
Reminds me of Vandy's out towards Jeff City.
Yeah, just because it's what?
Just the trails look just like this to me. Oh wow, your front end is really stretching on that one.
Yeah, now cut. Good. Okay, you're right past it. I'd keep coming straight towards me. Now, yeah, you're around it now. Be a man. This looks like an interesting trail here, this intersection. Maybe later.
If you look to the left, look at all them boulders.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've never been to Washita, that's what it all looks like, with all them boulders everywhere. So coming up is the main obstacle, or the main obstacle that we faced on Bouncin Buggy. And I wasn't sure if I had enough breakover angle on my four-door JKU where the main path went. So I ended up going over to the right a little bit and taking what looked to be a little bit of a shallower path. And this route was fun. I will say, after watching the two-door JK go up the main path, I think, again, even though a two-door will have, has a shorter wheelbase, and actually his setup has an inch more lift than mine does, but I think that I could probably make it over in my JKU without scraping too much on the bottom, but it's something that I'll probably try in the future.
Can you check to see how I'm lined up in this crevice? I just don't want my tires to slip down in there.
Yeah, I would straighten out a little bit. Straighten your wheels out a little bit. There you go. Now come straight at it. Yep. All right, now turn driver just a little bit. There you go. A little bit more. There you go. A little bit more. All right, now you're over it. There you go.
No lockers needed on that one. I hope you get up now.
Yeah, that was good.
So I just did this one. Nice little crevasse. We're gonna try to have him go up this. Yeah. That's no problem.
I didn't even give it gas.
Yeah, actually, I don't know, with your breakover angle, maybe even I could have done that. I'd have to look back, but I mean, yeah.
I just couldn't see.
And after this obstacle, we continued for a bit on Bouncin Buggy, and it had more of this rockier terrain. And by rockier, I mean you're actually traveling on rocks versus what I would say a more traditional dirt path with rocks on it. So that was an interesting change of pace.
I wonder if I should try it without my locker.
I didn't have mine on. You're good. Just hold on. Back up a little bit, because I want you on this rock. Okay. Okay, straight. A little bit. Perfect. You're good. Nice. Yep. Now you're on top of it. All right, cool.
Now I would say that overall twisted axle isn't like super challenging or anything, but there is this one part, as you'll see, where there's two trees opposite of each other. That did present a challenge for us, mainly because there's, well, two trees close to the trail that you can hit, but what makes it hard is, of course, trees have roots, and you have to get over those roots, and when it's wet, well, guess what? Wood doesn't have all that great of traction. So in any case, I actually was able to get through these trees, but again, I have front and rear blockers that I had on, so I think I kept my traction pretty well eventually, because it took a number of tries, that's for sure. JK, we just decided, you know, it's not worth it. Let's go ahead and back up. And one scary thing, actually, when the JK was backing up was when he was spinning in this mucky area, I think his brakes got wet, and when he was reversing, you can see that he kind of goes fast, but it's not because he's hitting the gas or anything. It's because the brakes were wet and they didn't grip. Luckily, that was just momentary. But it's just one of those reminders when you're on the trail and things get wet that, you know, you're not going to have the same traction, same braking power as you normally would. So you got to be a little bit extra careful.
Twisted axle. This little area right here. Maybe I will put on lockers. I'm kind of getting caught up right here, and I'm afraid to bump it too much because there's a tree right beside me. I am okay. I'm mad at myself because I let off. All right, I'm just gonna, I mean, is there anything up front that I should be concerned about?
No, not really.
Okay, I just let off too early that time.
Yeah, I think so. There you go. There you go.
Woo. I don't know. I got pretty close to that tree though.
You did.
That
One, yeah, but your back wheel was about that far away from it,
Oh,
so it
really?
kind of slid around.
No, stop. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to bump it though. Yeah. Stop. Whoa. Yeah, if I was you, I would go around it because you came ultra close to hitting on that side. Yeah, keep your wheels just like this until you get around this tree. Okay, you're good now. You can go back. straight. Oh yeah, digging holes right there. Digging holes. Said you're digging a hole. Oh. Yeah, you can back up all the way over there. Okay. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Okay, so this
map acts just like at moonlight. It's like we're going all over the place. I can't tell where we're at.
Yeah. Well, this sign right here says Sunset Rise, I think.
I'm thinking we should go left.
This connects into some trails. I would just go straight. It's up to you. You're in the lead.
Yeah, let's see where straight goes for us.
Oh, let's see what he's talking about.
Sorry if I drive slow. I'm just a slow driver.
That's okay. Plus, we don't know where we're going, so it's always good to be slow and safe.
Remember when I was with you and that dude in the silver Jeep, man, we were flying along. I was like, God, I can't keep up.
Yeah, that first group just like, they just went. Okay, so this is twisted axle.
Map and there's this huge red line like it's a river or something. I can't tell what that is.
Don't know.
Anyway, we're about to be right on top of it.
I think they said there might be like one kind of main trail or whatever that goes through, so that may be it.
Oh yeah, it could be. I'm putting my Jeep back in the shop and getting our front locker, but I've got a D30. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Maybe not. This looks like the end of Twisted Axle. Okay, so we started on Southern Cross, and actually we weren't on Southern Cross for very long. Basically, if I flip over to the satellite, which doesn't allow you to actually see much of the trails themselves, but we started right around this tree grouping here. We went across up outside the tree line and then kind of went in. So that's where this area is right here actually, and then I think we were on this unlabeled trail for just a wee bit of time, and then this is where we hit the Bouncin Buggy Trail. Then we continued on this trail up until probably around this area where I think the main obstacle that I had shown, and if you look at the satellite, that's this region here. So we kind of went over here. Then eventually we went on to the Twisted Axle, which actually takes you up to this opening, and then somehow it ends up on that ridge road. So again, we kind of came up here. The Twisted Axle kind of, it's not this red one, it kind of goes up to the Sunset Ridge, and then it pops back down and goes on this green to the Ridge Road. So again, not the clearest of pictures, but again, we started out down here, kind of came across, hit BB up here, went for a little bit, kind of came down here, up through Sunset Ridge and down here.